fatal heart impacts, past painful scars. In fact, I blast tasteful bars and pass. I back up my actions, fact don't ask, grab reactions, jacked attack with every word, then act with class as they hear me snap. I got nothing to lose, cause I fought and felt the bruise. Now I'm not the one confused, call the shots and they produce. I ain't lost, I'm finally loose, pick a new silver excuse. I need the views to boost me to a new abuse of being used. Everybody wants a piece now, y'all can rest in peace now. You're dead to me, so peace out. Remember, you're discreet now. Get ready for defeat now.
Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kirusho here. And now, whenever we last left off with this series, we had Deku and Todoroki. And well, quite a bit of things have happened. Now, Deku has just learned he is going to become a father. And after fainting at the initial shock, he was woken up and then told by Todoroki, slowly. Now, with this, Deku, he already did have a few ideas planned. However, right now, this is gonna all seem kind of bad or, well, messed up if Todoroki just take it the wrong way. Deku, he just got his sisters back. And this did get him thinking while he was searching. Should they take Todoroki's mom? She's, well, an innocent bystander. She's in a hospital and those are chaotic right now. With the circumstances, everything around her must be stressing her the hell out. Now, Deku here did also take into consideration another thing. If they do take Todoroki's mother, Endeavor would be alerted to this, and he would start his own crusade to try and find her. Now, with that, Deku did leave a note after basically picking up Rei Todoroki. And well, Deku, he basically did ask Endeavor to meet him somewhere at a certain time. As over with the Rei and Todoroki situation, or Rei and Shoto, Todoroki revealed that she was pregnant to her mother, and basically everybody else involved with Deku's friends. Now, that was the crazy thing, as we do actually cut to a few days later, where Deku today is supposed to be meeting with Endeavor, and Todoroki, she's going to be coming along, as you do actually have Rei. Now, the fact that she's been able to get out of the hospital, interact with actual people, and, well, basically at least step outside for the first time in years, a lot's happened with her. Now, the trauma and stress of Dabi or Toya being killed or dead, it has somewhat dissipated with the fact that she did learn he was alive. It didn't completely mend or heal those wounds. There still was the trauma as to what Endeavor did to their children, and even what she did do to her own daughter. And that does still eat her up inside. Now, slowly but surely she did start to get better. However, she did hit the brick wall, and then everything with the war happened, where things started to stress her out and basically agitate her more, if I'm using that word correctly. Now, she actually does like it here. She can go outside, she can breathe fresh air, she can talk to people, and they've all been alerted as to what to do or what to say. They've basically been told that a white-haired woman, she needs to be treated kindly, since she's been through a lot. And that was all it was really left at. Now, we do actually pick up with Deku and everybody sitting around the table. As Rei, she actually does have at least some light in her eyes now. And Todoroki, she does notice that about her mother. The two, they do try to spend time together, but that particular subject has not been brought up yet. Yeah, she's learning a few things from her mom. You need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do that whenever the baby comes. And you need to be prepared for this circumstance. And it's all just been kind of chaotic for her. Now, Deku, he does go to ask the question, as he does have a potato on his fork, if Ray really does wish to accompany them tonight. Now, Ray, she does look over towards Deku, and you do actually have where that smile on her face does somewhat go to fade away quickly. Yes, I believe I can face him. Doctors, they've only allowed me to see him once. And even then, I felt scared. I had terrors about it. Nightmares even. But I believe that I may be able to move on. If I do see him tonight, and I can help you both, I wish to do so. However, I don't believe I should make a public appearance to him just yet. Now, they're both kind of confused, as Ray does talk about how she will see him, but she doesn't want to look at him. Now, Deku, he does come to a conclusion. She will go, but she will not stare or look at Endeavor in the eye. So she needs to just look away, right? Or be blindfolded. And that's what Deku, he does interpret it as. And Ray should at least agree to these terms. As we do have later that night, where Deku, he does actually arrive at a location with Todoroki and Ray. As we do actually have Endeavor, who he is currently standing at the top of a building. And these three, they do come to land. As Endeavor, he does want to quickly rush forwards, but he does freeze seeing Ray, who she is blindfolded. Now, once these two all do sit down, Endeavor, he does get to open his mouth, asking the boy why he has the nerve to take his wife. Take your wife? You really need to at least learn a few things more, Endeavor. You little shit. Now, Endeavor, his anger does actually somewhat fade, looking over to see his daughter. 3 years. 3.5? It's hard to keep track of. Everything's so chaotic. Shoto, I'm happy to see you again. There is much I've wanted to say. I am sorry. I know that does not cover all of it, any of it even. However, I do wish for you to know, if I could change things, I could. Now, Todoroki, she's taken aback. As Endeavor, he does just stare directly at Ray, asking if they hurt her. And Ray, she is going to open her mouth, explaining to Endeavor that no, they did not. They helped her. Now, Endeavor is very confused, as Deku does ask Todoroki or Endeavor if he did come alone. Just as requested. What is it? Well, first things first. Let's talk business. We can't give you back Ray. She likes it with us. In fact, the reason why we're both here is because of All for One. Yes, him. I'm aware. However, the Hero Association, they've actually been doing a bit better. You started to gain ground because of Nomu production, isn't that correct? We are responsible for that. What? How does he know that? the Nomus have decreased in numbers slightly. However, he shouldn't have been able to. So you tell me a genuine truth. No reason to lie. Besides, if I take down enough, I at least prove myself. Prove yourself. Yes, I sit at the table with the big boys making decisions. You know what that's like, don't you? Besides, Endeavor, I'm in a hurry to take down All for One. We all are. Hmm? This brat, he doesn't know exactly what's at stake here. Now, Endeavor does go to open his mouth, asking him exactly why would that be. So I can get my parents back. Get them to come to their senses or something. Besides, well, there's another reason for me wanting to end the war. However, I feel it's only right that your daughter tells you. Now, Endeavor he does actually turn towards Todoroki, his daughter. He, well, remembers every memory they've had. All the times he's hurt her. All the times he's, well, mistreated her. All the times he should have cared. And, well, he wishes with all his heart that he could change that he can go back and be a better father. However, you can't change the past, no matter how much you beg for it. Now, Endeavor does watch as Todoroki just going to bring her hand up to her stomach, talking about how the reason for that is because of their child. Now, Endeavor does just stare at his daughter for 1 second, and he does just stare at her confused, before his eyes actually do dart over to Deku. And Deku, he does going to bring his hands up. Listen, I know it's a lot to process, but I will kill you. What? Now, Deku does feel his spine shoot up. As well, it feels very, very cold. And that's not just because he's standing next to a woman whose quirk is literally ice. As Deku, he does see Endeavor's rage-fueled eyes. Endeavor talking about how Deku laid hands on his daughter, and that he will murder him. Now, Todoroki does actually step up on this, informing her father that actually it's both of their faults, and that Deku and her, they were quite, well, happy to see each other, especially after 3 years apart. Now, Endeavor, he's just trying to think about everything. As the business talk does continue on, basically Deku wants to form a secret alliance. The Meta Liberation Army can fuel the fires for the Hero Association. They can inform them as to Nomu location bases, hideouts, and they themselves can strip away All for One's means of production. As Deku, he does talk about how they want to hit the large factory. Now, All for One, or not All for One, Endeavor knows exactly what Deku's talking about. That factory is very heavily guarded. And Deku, he wants to walk into it. There are Nomu everywhere around that area. And there's the fact that heroes or even, well, military personnel who've tried taking shots at it, with everything below nuclear, they've all kind of either messed up, or had their bombs turned against them, with a case of Kirigiri. Now, this has all been quite bad. The military was put at a standstill very quickly. And even then, Endeavor does think about these ideas, these terms. The hit on the Takami sisters is proof that All for One fears this boy's power, or well, even his resolve. And, well, there's the fact that, looking over at his daughter, he does notice. She does seem genuinely happy. There's more light in her eyes than whenever he does think back to her back at UA. This boy is now his son-in-law. He's family, as much as he does hate to admit it. Now, Endeavor, he does ask Deku if he does believe that this will be a good idea. And Deku does talk about how it will be. However, whenever all for one is said and done, they will need to discuss the idea Deku does have for the Meta Liberation Army. And Endeavor, he's kinda confused. Now, Deku does basically hold up a book, informing him that if he ever actually does read this book here, it talks about how power is basically everything. And Deku, he does start at least talking about how Hero Society already does function off of this property. Strong people or strong heroes are given rankings. Saving people, protecting people, stopping robberies, etc. However, it's just that. The Meta Liberation Army, they believe in a society where everybody can use their quirks, not just the heroes. And the reason why people are so afraid of that is because the ranking system would basically be null and void. Every man and woman would just have to rely on their own physical powers, strong or weak. However, they don't really believe in that. People who would have the ability to train their powers from a young age, they would inherently be strong adults. Along with that, there is also the belief that the good outnumbers the bad. Now, Endeavor, he does hear Deku's points, and he actually does find it to be quite an interesting topic or idea. A world where power is everything. The world where people regulate each other just because there's more good people than bad. It's interesting. It's kind of a subject worth giving a read up on, or, well, just looking at in general. And he does at least come to at least a small bit of an agreement. They will secretly help each other. However, if Deku does get involved publicly, or they are involved publicly with one another, he will attempt, as he does put it, to bring him in. Now, you do actually, where Endeavor, he does then go to turn to Ray, as he does apologize to her, and basically at least ask her for forgiveness. Now, Ray, she's kind of surprised by all this, as she does at least inform Endeavor, or I will at least summarize it, that he can't really beg for it now. She can accept that it all happened. She can accept everything. She's come to terms with some of it. However, being forgiven, he's still a long, long way away from that. Now, with that being said, all of them, they do leave. Endeavor with at least the information that he is going to be a grandfather, and that his little girl has quickly become a full-grown woman. Now, Endeavor, yeah, he kinda does see Deku's points with all this. Right now, the bigger threat is all for one, and they need to take him out. He's already come to a standstill where he's either going to make a large leap of faith move and take Japan, or Japan is going to be taken by international forces. They're going to have pro heroes from every country, top ranking pro heroes, walk into a lion's den where a man can take their quirks. Now, people do believe that it's possible that All For One could be overwhelmed. However, that's kind of the issue. Could he really? There was All Might. And, well, he didn't fare too well on his own. Now, with that being said, we do currently have back at the Liberation Army's base, where Deku, he does sit at a table with Redestro. and he does at least inform him about what's currently happening. Now, Redestro he does praise Deku. 4 factories. One more and Deku at least gets to sit in the room, as he does so put it. Now, Deku he does at least ask about the large factory. As well, Redestro, he does at least watch Deku carefully. Deku wants to head there and get his parents back. Taking that factory out is just a bonus. And, well, being a large thorn in All For One's side is also at least a funny catch to it. Now, it's all interesting to Redestro. Lady Nagan, or that's how you do say her name, yeah? She herself has been quite useful. She does at least take out Nomu here and there. Because of her boredom, along with that she does at least wish to overturn these laws. The same one that made her a prisoner to the system. Now, with that being said, we do have somewhere else where somebody, they're actually very interested in this. War is, well, war. There's money to be made here. And, well, exactly how much would somebody be willing to pay for a bullet that can solve all of their problems? Now, with that being said, I do hope you guys enjoyed. And have an amazing day. I'll catch you guys in the next part.